here, Transformation Kitchen's inaugural cookbook. This is gorgeous. We're getting ready to release this to the world. Oh, look at this. Here's my buddy. This is my buddy Mark Holden. Check out chicken and sausage gumbo. Ooh, ooh, ooh. There is some fantastic stuff here. Ian McGill, look at that. Maple and butternut squash risotto. Oh, this is packed with goodness. You need to get your hands on this. It's unbelievable.
You need to get your hands on this. I do hope that you guys saw that. So, oh, that's lovely. I'm back here and I'm the one like supposed to be pressing buttons. And oh, there we are. I pressed the right button. Good morning and welcome to the book launch party of the inaugural Transformation Kitchen Cookbook. I'm here in my TK gear. I'm a little worse for wear. Got home at midnight last night. So these Chinese eyes, yeah, you know. Anyway, Jason's backstage. So is Derek Stroken. I have Leslie Flowers, my partner in crime back there operating the controls this morning. I see everyone already up and my goodness, I know some of you are probably on the West Coast. So if you are 3 hours behind us, I almost did not make it up this morning. You're here. That's a great thing. So where do I even begin? I'm Nick. I am the founder of Guiding Brilliant Writers Publishing House. We're a hybrid publisher. I'm very good friends with Jason. And to share a quick backstory, in 2023, I happened upon Jason on LinkedIn and fell in love with what he was doing. And the reason being that I was raised in Trinidad and Tobago. That's my birth country. Trinidad is a third world country. And I've witnessed a lot of poverty, food insecurity, and lack of opportunity. When you're a child growing up with other children, seeing other children hungry, it's hard. You don't understand. And to be here now in this space and to have met someone like this, the gentleman is not just giving people something to eat. He's giving them something to nourish their lives and so that they could go out and feed everyone else that's missing a meal or missing something in their lives. I trolled Jason for a while, and not that long ago, I got the opportunity to join his advisory board for HR4U. And last year, I had the opportunity to meet him in person at the first annual Cooking Up Change event in Soho, New York. And this Saturday, I get to go and attend the second one. So a little bit of the backstory there and why it is this means so much to me. Derek Stroken will share that he was up on a mountaintop somewhere and had a conversation with Jason. And this crazy idea of this cookbook was born. And they wrote in fellow ally Jerry Ryan, and somewhere in the last row I got caught too. And here we all are today. And here you are all today to do this incredible birthing of so much more than just recipes. Every time you open this cookbook and you start preparing a meal in your kitchen, I want you to think for a moment how many other families you are actually feeding virtually, because you are. You're handing them a plate and they will never know you. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you everyone for being here. I'm going to bring Jason right on up. I seem to have a little something in my eye. Hello, my friend.
Oh, I love you to death, lady. And I see so many cool people in the house. Denise, Jane, Leslie. I saw Alexian. I saw my sister, Neela Singh. Love you to pieces. Mark Holden, Joe Cullen, Yolanda, Lynn. Holy cow. There's Melissa. We just got to see Melissa and Alexi and their incredible letters to Lily. Oh, that touched my heart. That was just incredible. So I'm thrilled to be here today. I'm thrilled to talk about the cookbook. I'm thrilled to share a little bit of my story, and I'm so excited to talk with everybody and share the cookbook, share our new website launch today as well. Today is a really special Funky Friday, a brand new website. We won a grant, and so we, through Fusion Marketing, my buddy John Hoffman over in southeast part of Detroit, where we're looking to put a TK, he got together and was going to do me some favors and some stuff with the website, just tweak some things that we wanted to do with Transformation Kitchen to let that be forward in the presence of our website. We've been using a fantastic lady that I highly recommend, um, MSG Studios, Marissa Gonzalez Grogan. She's done a phenomenal job for the last 2.5 years on our website. And we won a grant. We won a grant to fully, completely redo the entire thing and get free hosting and everything for a year. So we couldn't refuse that. And it looks beautiful. Perfect timing as the cookbook comes out today. And we're going to give you a really cool deal because you're here now. You're going to get the even better deal than Amazon. So if you go and you buy the cookbook today, it was live last night. If you buy the cookbook, you're paying $50 through Amazon. And Amazon takes a lot of the proceeds, so we don't get as much of it to the kitchen. But today, we're actually going to give you the cookbook for $40. And it may take a little extra time to get to you. However, more of the funding actually goes to our TK program. So it's going to allow us to do the work. And we'll talk about that in the course of the program. But I would love to get Derek up and have him tell the first story. Then I can tell you why it's important to me and what this means to me and what you guys being here means to me. Felipe, thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Dean, thanks for being in the house. Yolanda, I see her all over the place. We need to connect. Melissa, so grateful to see you and Alexa in Allie in the comments. But let's pull up Derek and have him talk about how this all came about. And really excited. And Mark, I'm going to make that recipe, brother. That sounds delicious.
Beautiful. Well, good morning, everybody. The comments are amazing. It makes you feel I'm sitting in my room in the dark, at my house, and it feels like we're all in the same party. So this is great. I'm just so grateful that we're all here today, because it means that we're helping other humans. And Nick, what you said, when you're making a recipe, you're not just feeding your family, you're feeding so many more than that. And Chasen, to you, my brother, I love you, like from the bottom of my heart. If you have had the chance to get a bear hug from Chasen, your life has been enriched. I'll just shout out that one to start. But I guess really this fits so well in my journey and my focus, to realize that the world is full of abundance. It's just not equally distributed. And, my focus and my energy is on helping level the playing field wherever we can. And so I was out skiing. I think those who know me know we live out at a ski resort. And I was skiing in the backcountry one day, and I had this inkling that I needed to call Chasen. So I popped him up on WhatsApp, and graciously he accepted my call, and we had this incredible video chat. And I didn't have an intention. I didn't know what was coming. I had zero clue that this was the conversation that we were going to have. And I asked, what could I do to help? And I think if you've ever asked Chase, and his answer is you're already doing it by being there. And we dove deeper on this, and I came up with this idea. I said, well, what if we make a cookbook? What if we make a cookbook for TK Kitchen, and then we can get out there and let's get other amazing humans involved in bringing this thing together and submitting recipes, and let's create something that is going to be able to be a fundraiser item, something that's going to give people pride, something that gives the contributors the ability to be part of philanthropy and impact, and realizing that you don't have to do a ton. And I think, we look at the world and go like, for me as an individual, it's overwhelming to think of how am I going to impact the world. When I get together with 50 other people, then this is what we end up with. So it's, I'm grateful that I had an idea, and to go with Nick and with Jerry coming on board to make this thing a reality. And I'm honored to be part of the story, brother.
Well, the honor is mine. I love you, man. And I appreciate you being part of this. I love this group that we have, and I love the people. So many great comments. Jackie and Mark and other Felipe. I wish you guys could be with us in person. I'm excited for all of you that are going to be with us tomorrow virtually. We're going to make it very special for you. And today and tomorrow only, we're doing special pricing on the book. And after this, it goes back to its regular price. But we're not worried about being an Amazon bestseller. We're doing this to help raise funds to get more people impacted, where their lives are in danger, where they have things that they need, and we actually move the needle and give the services that they've got to have in order to break cycles of poverty, homelessness, and food insecurity. I will tell you very quickly why it's important to me, and just say that I was that kid that needed those immediate services. I come from abuse, and I didn't know how to handle all of that junk. I didn't know how to handle that fear and that rage and that disappointment of having my biological mother and my stepmother be so cruel, physically and mentally. And I grew up taking drugs to dull that pain and to get away from it. And I ended up on streets, and I needed those. I needed those immediate need services of housing, of clothing, of food, of care. But when you give that to people, and that's where it ends, and you keep them in a perpetual cycle, there's no way out. What Transformation Kitchen is doing is building a bridge, an escalator, an elevator to get out of that cycle and be in a place where you can thrive. It's not magical. It's magic because of the people involved, because there's 127 partners in 12 countries that donate their time, their talent, their resources, like Derek and Nick and Jerry and other people that have been part of this adventure with the cookbook, and do this on a regular basis to give services to the people coming through the forge. That's what we call it when you join us. It's not just about 12 weeks. There is no end to what we do. You could come back at any time, because what we care about as an organization is, how are you living 6 months from now after you've gone through a 12-week program? How are you living after that time period, 6 months from that time period, a year, 5 years down the road? I don't want you to be incarcerated again. I don't want you to be food insecure. I don't want you to be in a place where your addictions are controlling your life. I want you to thrive. I want you to feel like you have hope. I know what it's like not to have hope and to be in a place where you feel like there's no other option. You don't want to be on this planet. But people poured into me when I needed it. So in this last portion of my life, I'm pouring into people. And this cookbook is just one of those ways. So when you purchase this, you're helping us build those kitchens all over the world. And I'm grateful. I'm truly grateful.
Thank you so much, Jason. So I do want to share a story as well. And this is something that I want you guys to know really really affected my husband. My husband's very quiet. I call him Boo on LinkedIn. Some of you may know. His name is Marcos Galindo. He's from Mexico. So when we went to the first, you okay, bro?
Yeah, I'm all good.
We got you. We all got you. A lot of hands here. When we went to the first Cooking Up Change event last year, and so who I asked my husband to come along with me, we volunteered to run the raffle table. It was the first time he was meeting Jason, but it was only the second time he was meeting some of the people I knew on LinkedIn, and my first time as well. He immediately took to the room, but more so, he fell in love with Jason and Jody. My husband is not a very social man. See that?
Neither am I.
Oh, really? He isn't. The bear hugs. The bear hugs are what mislead us. But my husband, when Jason called and invited us out last year in the summer, my husband was like, let's go. That is not him. And he's an observer. He is somebody that won't talk lest he share his feelings that he doesn't want to share. But he talks with them. And that says a lot to me. It says a lot about the comfort. And therefore, I could see how Jason's energy in what he does. Okay, it doesn't make people feel icky. It makes people want to take the next step up, want to help someone take the next step up. And sometimes that can be difficult for people with, of course, their pride is there, right? So there has to be an approach, and Jason's very good at doing that. So what my husband walked away with that was very impactful during that event last year, and he sat next to me. He was playing with the ends of my hair. If anybody was sitting behind, they would have seen him doing this. It's a nervous tick of his. But they were running a video about a lady in Nicaragua who came and took a class on baking. She came back and took the class on cake decorating. People would walk from their homes to hers, and I understand the mountains well because, again, I lived in Trinidad. I had a lot of friends that lived in homes on the mountains, wooden houses, latrines, no electricity. And they would walk to her house to place their orders for their cakes for their daughter's quinceañeras. And then they would walk back to pay and pick up their cake. Well, her husband, who was a farmer, had a bad season. And with all the rains, the floods washed away his crops. And they didn't know how they were going to survive. Not winter, because not winter there, but, that season without the supplement of the food and what he can sell. She was able to carry her family through on her cake baking business Transformation Kitchen does not only teach culinary skills, that is the base. Everybody is not going to be adept in a kitchen. Of course, it's helpful if you could put something edible together, but they teach life skills, entrepreneurial skills, how to balance a checkbook, how to speak to potential clients, but people who would do business with you, how to pass your knowledge on to your children. And I do want to touch on what Derek said about we don't have all the same opportunities. So we do not choose where we are born, to whom we are born. We do not all get to walk up to the starting line and put a 2 on it. And that's the damn truth, whether or not we want to believe it. Some of us start a foot before the starting line. This gives everybody the opportunity to start with their foot on the starting line. That's what this does. So
Let's give people the codes. Let's
they're running down there. They've been
running down there. Okay, cool. Yeah. I didn't even see that. You were pointing to it, and I thought that was like, all right. Yeah.
Derek, he thought I was pointing to you. Hey, Derek, what's up, bro?
Yeah. If you go, I'm looking at the platform now. So this is a new platform for us, Give Lively, and I mean, we're doing this because it's part of our new onboarding that we're going to be doing with our board of directors, our advisory board members, and volunteers when they come in for special events. It allows us to give people a megaphone to preach about what we do. And it also has a really robust back-end system that will allow us to see analytics and a text to give number, a lot of features that we were missing. We love Zephy. We continue to use Zephy, but so we created this. This is our first thing. So you guys let us know how it's working. But if you go to if you text to give, you're going to come up with our campaign that says Transformation Kitchen Cookbook 2026. It automatically defaults to the monthly $25. Let me explain something. If you give 83 cents a day, $25 a month, you help one person go through the forge. If you commit today on here, this is the only time we're going to do this. We're not even doing this tomorrow. If you commit to giving $25 a month, obviously you will get a cookbook for free. I will send that out to you because you're helping one person go through the forge. I'm also going to tell you something that others don't know yet. We just inked a deal to go into India. And so we also won a $15,000 grant from the UP Foundation to further what we're doing in Nicaragua and create a mobile kitchen system because it's so far, people are so spread out. So Peter and I, especially in July, it looks like it's going to be July when I go back to Nicaragua, we're going to create that ability to reach more people and break through some more barriers. We want to be in as many places as possible. I called out to the universe that we're going to be opening 20 this year. So when you give $25 a month, which for some people is a ton, and I get that, I will give you a cookbook and I will send that to you for free. If you click on the one time, you'll see a picture of the cookbook. You'll see this beautiful. This is my tester, my author copy. So it's got stuff all through it. That was from the video that I showed you when I was talking about Mark Holden and Ian McGill's recipes. But anyway, this guy is beautiful. It's gorgeous. And I can't wait for you to get it. Get your hands on it. So when you click on that, when you do the text to give and you click on one time, there's a deal for you for $40. We're only doing this 2 days, today and tomorrow. And this is not only do you get it $10 cheaper than what it is on Amazon, you also are helping us because buying it this way, even though it might take slightly longer to get the book, more of the money goes to Transformation Kitchen and less of it goes to Amazon. So we're not worried about being, a #1 bestseller. We're worried about breaking cycles and helping people. So I just want to thank you all for being here, whether you buy our book or not, whether just by being here, just what Derek said, just by being here, shining your light and supporting, that's huge to me. There's a million other things you could do on a Friday morning, sleep in, whatever. And I just appreciate the fact that you're here. I appreciate the fact that you give your light to the universe, that you support a cause bigger than all of us, because it's not about me. It's about the work that we do as a group to help the universe and help people that need it. So I'm super excited for this. And I thank you for everybody who's buying a book, anybody who's deciding to donate today, be a recurring donor, anybody who's deciding to tack on and say, you know what, I'm going to give a little extra today because I can. Whatever your case may be, even just sharing this with other people, just telling people about it, saying, hey, I'm on this live with this crazy spiky haired bearded dude, and I want you to see this. You got to hear about it. That means the world to me. So thank you.
Derek, did you want to chime in with anything?
Jason, you said the elevator. And I'm like, dude, that's you. Because you bring everybody else around you up with you. And I just want to say thank you. I want to say thank you for your friendship. Thank you for the reach outs. You put everybody else first, and you elevate other humans, and it's contagious, and I'm glad that I'm infected with it.
Thank you, brother.
Appreciate you. I threw Jackie's comment up there that she just got the cookbook because Jason, I don't know what we talked about, but are we doing something with something?
Yeah, I'm going to look back through. So we didn't say this. We didn't say this to anybody. I think we're all a little tired. And I was with
your lead. You want some coffee in this cool HR for you mug I got here?
Yeah, I think I mentioned it earlier. I don't know that Alexian's still on, but I see Melissa Cohen in the audience. What a phenomenal event. Letters to Lily. It is absolutely a movement. It is absolutely something that needs to be spread around the world. And I was moved to act in that moment, hearing from Alexian, hearing Allie, hearing from Melissa, hearing from the other people that were reading their letters. And I know we've kind of got off the TK Cookbook for a second, but it bears that there are a lot of cool things going on in the universe, and I can't keep it inside not to say how cool it was to be present, to be in that moment, to hear people talking, to have a young lady stand up and talk about her experience coming to the United States with $100 in her pocket, and now she has a master's degree and is working at the UN. And I'm just, there's so much good that I felt, so much positive energy last night. So for this socially awkward introvert, I felt like I belonged in that space. I felt safe in that space. And I had a lot of cool people like Nick around me. I surprisingly had a bunch of friends that were there and came to the event as well. A lot of outliers that I love. If you don't know what the Outlier Project is, check it out. There's some really cool people there. There's a lot of this kind of action where we pour into each other and we elevate each other, because that's what networking should be about. It should be about relationships and people, and not what can I get from you. And so that to me is huge. And I felt that energy in the room with Melissa and Allie last night. And I felt it with the people. And I came out of it going, man, I got to be part of that. I got to help in some way. I don't know yet all the things that I can do, but to Melissa and Allie in the audience, I see you and know that I am moved to act. Just like I hope that people today and tomorrow, when they hear the different stories from the speakers, from Kathy Love and Karen Laus and Peter Shaler at Real de Sol, and hear me talk about my past and my present and what we're doing with TK, I hope it moves people beyond saying that's real cool to like, I got to do something. I got to tell somebody, I got to share this. I got to bring people in. I got to make connections. I got to do something. That's my biggest hope, because that's so powerful. It is so incredibly powerful. And I appreciate everybody being here. I appreciate everybody that's passing this along. I appreciate everybody who's buying a cookbook. I hope that you use it. I hope you tell us what you loved about it. I hope you shout about it, on social media, and tell people about the work that we're doing, because it's powerful, and we can only do this work. We can only keep moving forward by having people help us and shining a light. But I love last night's whole thing about connection and people, and how much it moves us. And I love that about TK and the cookbook and the work that's being done in the same regard. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for purchasing. Thank you so much for sharing.
So I have a little fun thing for us to do. So it's early in the morning, and I need to keep myself awake. So here's what we're going to do. I am going to pop in a couple of trivia questions around cooking. And let's see who catches these, because there is a chef on stage. So he should be able to catch these. Not putting you on a spot enough.
Put me on the spot.
But seriously, let's have a little bit of fun here. All right. So audience, you guys out there, Young Brilliant Writers Publishing House always gives away some stuff when we do a book launch. So today is not going to be any different. Let's get this going. What is the world's hottest hot pepper?
Oh.
Audience, let's get it. Who's going to get that answer up first? What is the world's hottest hot pepper? I'm a spicy eater, so I'm not even going to. Nope, not habanero. Close though, because habanero is like, I think of Scotch bonnets in Trinidad, and I have like some homemade pepper sauce there in my fridge. Scotch bonnets, not habanero. Any other guesses? Let's get some guesses going. What is the world's hottest hot pepper? I'm not going to tell you what you're winning until somebody answers the question right. I'm just saying. So
somebody check the Schofield.
Right? So let's jump on to another question in the meantime while you guys are trying to figure out what that is. Pepper X? No. Habanero. Felipe, Leslie just said habanero. Ah, yes, Carolina Reaper. There we go.
Ooh,
all
baby.
Right, Mr. Cullen. Miss Joe Cullen got that. That's the Carolina Reaper. That is the hottest hot pepper in the world.
The highest on the Schofield. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Felipe, it's a text to give, brother. So the way we're doing it, it goes, I can give you the link as well. We can put this link in. Let's see if I can grab this. See if I can grab this and put it in the comments. You can, if you want to use a link, you can use this link that I'm putting in the comments right there, or you could do the text to give. So both the things that's streaming down here for Verizon customers and for everybody else. You can text that TK Cookbook, all one word, into those numbers, the 44321, or Verizon customers 917-999-0700, and then you'll see the options. You are too funny, Mark. Mark Holden is a funny man. I love him. I haven't even met him in person yet, but I cannot wait for the opportunity. As there's a whole list of people here that I can't wait to meet in person. Yeah, so it takes you there. You click on the one time, and then there's $40. And the way Give Lively works for people that haven't seen this yet, it has a little scale at the bottom and says, hey, if you want to help them get all of their money because there's a small fee, I think it's like $1 or something, then say that you'll take care of that fee because Stripe charges a fee. If you don't want to, you don't have to. You could put it to $0. They also try to get a tip from you to keep the platform free. You as well do not have to do that either. But that's, yeah, you click on either do the text to give or click on that link I just put in and go to one time, and you'll see a picture of the cookbook, and you can select that, and that's how you'll get it. I will collect all of those names. We just joined stamps.com, and I've got a scale coming from Amazon so that I can ship stuff not from Amazon. So yeah.
Oh my God, that is wonderful. That is wonderful. Seriously, though, they, unfortunately with printing, it is by the page, and nobody wants a cookbook with 10 pages, okay? And you want nice, pretty pictures of the food and everything else. So, and that's what it is. And she's brilliant to do this and to put the dollars back into the project and back into the hands of the people. So I did record there. Joe Cullen did get that one correct with the Carolina Reaper. And so I know we're going to be closing up on time shortly. So I'd like to throw another one out there if you don't mind. So this one I think is funny because, of course, I made it all about me. And so if anybody, the audience knows me, I know these two guys up here do. I love to cook. Cooking is one of my favorite pastimes. I post a lot of pictures of the food that I cook. Jason's really upset with me because I didn't put a recipe in the book. We will take this backstage after.
She's an amazing cook.
I love to cook
stuff all the time about cooking.
Yep. So if you saw the little video that Jason took, showing a couple of the recipes, one was the chicken and sausage gumbo by Mark Holden. Another, however, was the maple butternut squash risotto by Chef Ian McGill. Okay, so that's the hint. The hint is risotto. There is a food show that I binge watch. I have watched every single episode and every single season twice. The hint is risotto. Who can tell me what cooking / food / listen for the other hint, competition show that I look at that always has risotto in it?
Man, I don't even know that.
Are you seriously?
Come
on.
No,
you
I
don't.
I literally don't watch a lot of. I literally don't watch a lot of culinary competitions.
Okay, so it's a culinary competition. They are always cooking risotto, and it made me stop and think about that when I was looking at Ian McGill's maple butternut squash risotto recipe. Nobody can figure out what this show is that I look at. It starts with the word TOP. The Ally Project? I'm just kidding. Rice? What kind of rice is that? I must be saying that wrong.
Oh, Leslie just said.
You see, Leslie, you can't know, Leslie. You know me too well. But it actually isn't Top Chef, but it is a spinoff of one of those. Anyway, so while you guys are figuring that out, Derek, I'm bringing you back into the conversation, my friend.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm sitting here thinking about impact and elevation. And it's so easy to default to that mindset to go, I'm so small, I can't make an impact and I can't make a difference. And I think it's so important. Like, this is such an incredible, this was one of those squirrel moments that Jason and I had in conversation. And you said, run with the squirrels. And I love it because I think it's what we do. But to go, what if we change the sentence to, I'm so small, I can't make an impact, to, I'm so small, I can make a huge impact. And to just go, when you have these ideas, it's about giving back. And, you know, this project is amazing. The project where we send baseballs through Baseball Face Cares to other teams around the world so that they have things that they can play with. You know, really quickly on that baseball story, we sent baseballs to Uganda, and the kids in Uganda keep these baseballs on their dressers in their bedroom because it's their favorite thing. And to go, you know, in North America, we are so blessed and we are so fortunate to have access to the things that we do, and to realize that it is the small acts. It's 1,000 small acts that create a movement. It's the 1,000 contributions that make the change in the world. And I, you know, just to encourage anybody who's on this call who said, you know what, I know I want to do something, but I'm so little, it's just me. And to go, but look at how big we are when we link our arms together. And yeah, just again, honored to be part of this change with you.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that so much.
Makes me
Are
think
we
of
moving- so the people that like Joe Cullen and whoever can
Felipe. Felipe just answered my question, which was Hell's Kitchen. Thank you,
okay.
Felipe. Yes, I binge watch Hell's Kitchen.
All right. So I already gifted Felipe a ticket to the virtual part of our event. I'll need to send Joe Cullen a um, a link to the virtual part of our event tomorrow night from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll be live. This is the first time that we're doing this. Is all of our events that we do throughout the year are virtual, but this is the only one that we have of the year that's in person. And we made it last year. It really pained me that we couldn't figure out because everything happened so quickly that I couldn't figure that piece out in time. So we weren't able to do the virtual piece, but now we got it locked down. We've got Jen Lynn. She just had neck surgery. God bless her. And she's still on fire to come and help us with this, and is going to be running the back end to help us with the virtual piece and the webinar portion from 5:30 to 7:30 tomorrow night. And I hope she sees this at some point. And a huge shout out, Jen Lynn, you are absolutely incredible. You've been a dear, dear friend for several years, and I can't thank you enough for all your support. So, I mean, literally just got home from neck surgery, and tomorrow night is going to be running the live for us. So, Joe, so help me remember, Nick, when we get done here, to send Joe Cullen a link to this, and I'll make that happen.
Absolutely, I got it. So we're going to be signing out in about 10 minutes, and we would be remiss if we did not mention a certain lady who is a very, very big part of all of this. Her name is Melissa Carson Ryder. Melissa Carson sponsored the cookbook. Without her help, we would not be here today. The funds that she helped with sponsorship allowed us to, do things like purchase the ISBN. Everything else was done in kind by Jerry Ryan. Contributing his knowledge with nutritional information. So each of the recipes is actually broken down with nutritional information. The front of the book has a guide that explains each one of the types of nutritional elements. And at the back of the book, we have some mindful recipes. Of course, these aren't the ones that you cook. You can cook them up in your mind. And Derek, just absolutely amazing as well. Beautiful cookbook cover. That was designed by none other than this gentleman down here.
Yes.
So I do know that Getting Brilliant Writers Publishing is going to have to recruit someone. Just saying. So a big thank you to Melissa Cusson. We have a couple of winners. And so the very last thing, I didn't mean to put you on the spot there, Jason, and everything. But whenever Guiding Brilliant Writers Publishing House has the opportunity to work with someone and publish a book, we always give something away. And that is by the company, not Jason. So I am putting a challenge out there. The very first person to create one of the meals from one of the recipes in this cookbook and to post a picture of the meal with themselves and the cookbook in hand.
Oh, that's cool. I love that.
You got to make sure you tag Jason or Derek or myself. Tag one of us. All right?
Tag all of us.
Tag all of us. That would be great if you remember all of us. Tag all of us. Guiding Brilliant Writers is going to give $1,000 off the price to publish one book this year. And that is huge. I'm a hybrid publisher. You have yourself, you have your traditional, we're somewhere in the middle. And I know that not everybody believes that they have the means to put their voice out there. Well, 120, 140 voices just went out there in this book. It can be done. And this is a big part of life, and a big part of giving back is being blessed and blessing others. So I need that $1,000 off. Leslie's like, look, this is my 30-year gold standard line editor. She's like, what the hell are you talking about? I don't have enough coffee yet, all right? It's only 10 o'clock. Coffee. Okay, listen. So yes, $1,000 off, all right? So I need you to please find a recipe, cook the recipe, take a picture of it with yourself, with the cookbook, tag us, mention Transformation Kitchen, mention HR for you. I'm just kidding. I'll put out there in a post so you remember. Because you're going like, check, what the heck?
Yeah.
But it's been so much fun, guys. And I'm going to leave you with any parting words. Each of you, please, by all means. Jason, you want to go? Derek, you want to go?
I'll let Derek go.
Yeah. There's nothing coming out of me other than just the love. It's the love for this. It's the community. It's the people that we attract into our lives. I met Ian on LinkedIn last night. He sent me 3 introductions to other amazing humans so far, and he and I haven't even had a one-on-one. And to go, and Mark Holden, and to go, there's so many amazing, incredible humans. And I'm grateful to have the opportunity to be part of that circle, because it is infectious, and it continues to change my life and focus on leveling the playing field, because the abundance is out there, and there's so many negative messages out in the world, but there are equally the same number of positive messages. It's just sometimes we have to go dig for them. So just grateful. Love you both, and onward.
Yes, onward. Yeah, big, huge shout out to Melissa Carson. We wouldn't be able to do this without you. And to Guiding Brilliant Writers, and this lady right here, who does not give herself enough credit, because she learned a new skill that was critical to us being able to put this book out.
Don't tell people that, bro. Just kidding.
This bad boy takes a lot of work. It takes a lot to get these pages and get this stuff out here. Look at that. I mean, this thing is phenomenal, and I'm excited for all of you to lay your hands on it. But I'm also excited for us to do all the work that we're doing. and we couldn't do that without you. And Lynn, I saw Lynn Hallberg. Good grief. 2022, 2023, huge fan. She is one of our biggest supporters on YouTube. I see her like every video commenting and whatnot. So she has been phenomenal in getting the word out to people. And as I said before, that is a huge, huge thing. Just like Derek was talking about, there's no small deeds when we're talking about breaking cycles that impact so many lives in this world. So any step you take takes you from being an ally to an accomplice. And I'm really big on that reframing right now, because allies will say, you know what, that's great, I stand with you. Accomplices get into it. They take the action. Accomplices say, you know what, I'm not standing on the sidelines anymore. I'm not just going to wave a flag. I'm going to push the limits. I'm going to figure out what I can do. Maybe that's just posting. Maybe that's introductions. Maybe that's volunteering. Maybe it's offering my time and my talents. Maybe it looks like something different that we got to figure out. Maybe it's donating. Whatever it is, by you being here today, by you spreading the word, you're an accomplice. And that to me is how we break cycles. That's how we take this to the next level. It's how we build 20 transformation kitchens all over the world. We look for places that have a kitchen already that are underutilizing those services. Food banks, pantries, men's and women's shelters, places that are teaching skills and have a kitchen involved with them, but aren't utilizing it to its fullest capacity. There are places around me that have a full kitchen and they use it once a week for a community dinner. That's fantastic. That's wonderful. We could come in, partner with you, help you raise funds, help you elevate the people you're already serving, and give additional skills, tools, resources. So instead of you just giving immediate needs services to those folks, we give you a bridge and an elevator and escalator out so that you thrive on your own. And that's how we start to break cycles. So you were an accomplice by being here today. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for being part of this. Thank you for showing up. Thank you, Nick. Thank you, Derek. Love you, brother. Thank you, Jerry. I knew you couldn't be there this morning, but we appreciate you. And thank you, Melissa Carson. Thank you to everybody in the audience.
Thanks, guys. So I'm going to bring you backstage, and we're going to close off in just a couple minutes. If you want to hang out there, I'll be right there. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for spending this last hour or so with us. More than your contribution of the purchase of the cookbook, your presence here speaks volumes. More hands make the work lighter. You're always stronger together. Transformation Kitchen is advocacy in action. I think of Jason as a little boy, even though he's much bigger than me and gives me really great bear hugs. He's a little boy that I saw standing on the shoreline, throwing the starfish one at a time back into the ocean. And I was the woman that said, "What the hell are you doing? You'll never get them all back in there." And he says, "Nope, but I just got that one in." And now each one of us are standing on that shoreline, even though it's like 20 degrees in New York. And we are throwing the starfish one at a time back into the ocean where they thrive, where they will continue to multiply, where they will continue to enrich the environment. That's what Transformation Kitchen does. Transformation Kitchen does not give a man a fish so he could feed his family for a day. They give him a fish, but they also give him the skills to fish for his family. And he will teach his family so they could fish for their village. Yes, we are all one big village. That's who we are. And it takes a village to, well, get the work done. So thank you so much for joining. Again, I am Nick with Guiding Brilliant Writers Publishing House. It has been an absolute honor to serve as an advisory board member, or continue to serve, for HR4U. And please make sure you do that. Text TK Cookbook to 44321 and purchase your cookbook. Because after all, you want to have a card from Jason that says, "Hey, what's up, bud? Here's your cookbook." Bye now.